Hello, and welcome. This video is not a file. This is going to be me discussing the future of the channel and updating all of you on what it is going to look like. There is a few things I want to discuss, namely just the channel. Essentially, what I'm going to be talking about is YouTube and Patreon. So, first agenda is YouTube. I've been planning the type of content I'm going to make, which is going to be safe for work content. So, nothing in the NSFW categories. All it's gonna be is basically every week there is going to be a new file. I have 2 months worth of files planned that will be scheduled the same time every week, 2:30 p.m. AEST, so Australian Eastern Standard Time. It is going to be, I think, 11 p.m. or 11:30 p.m. EST, I believe, and sometime in the morning UTC. I tried to cover the time zones. I can't remember the exact time for UTC, but I do know it is sometime around the AM area. So essentially it'll be one video a week, same time. I'll upload it onto YouTube, and I'll give the notification on my Discord servers once it's up, and on my Tumblr if you follow that. Reddit, not so much. I did make the account. I'm not going to use it at this stage, I don't think. I might do some AMAs here and there, but I also do that on my Tumblr. But that's essentially YouTube. Now, in regards to Tumblr, what goes on there is, again, it's all safe for work content, but you also see the uploads for the Berry Bunch videos. Now, for those of you that don't know about the Berry Bunch, it is a hypnosis podcast group where we, discuss things, discuss topics while we do many things. Some of us have done files. Myself and another member have done a file. Myself and Persimmon have done a hypnosis file. Blueberry and Raspberry have done a session together. Cloudberry hasn't done anything yet aside from the first podcast we did together, but she will do something soon, so stay tuned for that. All of the notifications for the Berry Bunch videos will go on my Tumblr. They won't go on this channel. We might do some collabs on my channel in the future. Maybe if you guys want to see that, let me know, and I might talk to the Berry Bunch about it, but as of now, that stays on Blueberry's YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description to give you access to that playlist if you haven't seen those videos already. That's the Berry Bunch. Tumblr is also spirals. I post a lot of spirals on my Tumblr. I reblog a lot of spirals. And every now and then I'll also write a small prompt of an induction. And this won't be a full-blown script. This will just be, a little thing, a small sheet of text that sort of teases you into trance. It doesn't get you fully into trance unless, you're susceptible to spirals and you've already dropped at some point. But yeah, the whole idea is to encourage you to sort of get lost in that, so I don't write full inductions. I might write full inductions, but again, I'm better with voice because it can allow me to improvise, although I can do text. I've done text for many years. I still do text sessions as well, but I also have to make that conscious effort to not edit my blog, because if I'm writing something, I will edit it unless I'm really tired. So maybe I should just write scripts at 2 a.m. when I'm... Yeah. Anyway. If you want to see anything specifically on YouTube, on Tumblr, let me know, and I will get that content. If you have any suggestions, recommendations, as I have said in every video, email me, let me know, comment, all that jazz. If you want to see something specific on YouTube, Tumblr, anything like that, if you want to see something specific with the Berry Bunch, if you follow the Berry Bunch content, let me know, and I'll talk to our group about it. But yes, in regards to YouTube and my social media, that is those two. I also want to go through with you my Discord servers. I have 2 Discord servers, a teenage-based Discord server, ages 13 and 19, and my YouTube server, which is 16 plus. That server needs some work. That's not fully up and running yet. There are members in that server, but it is not active. It is dead. It needs some work, I think. So, while yes, I still will supply the link to it, just bear in mind if you do join it, it's not going to be very active, and I don't know if it will be. My server that is ages 13 and 19, Hypnosis for Teens, that is active daily, but obviously if you don't fit into that age gap, you can't join it, and that will never change. That server is going to stay designed as a teenage-based server, because yes, people can get mad at me for making a server with people so young. However, I'm not going to deny that there are teenagers that are involved in hypnosis and people that are quite young. Because I was very young when I discovered hypnosis, and I'm sure some of you were too. Some of you may be quite young. But I'm not going to talk about my little rant on my server. A lot of people were grumpy with me when they discovered I made it. But yeah. You can't deny that there are younger people into hypnosis, and it doesn't necessarily mean kink. It is entirely safe for work. But again, I'm not going to rant about that. That is my own thought, and we'll leave it at that. For those of you that don't know, I have a Patreon. I have a few supporters already, but I do want to discuss with you what exactly that Patreon is, and the categories, and what all of them are. So, basically, I have 4 tiers for Patreon. One is a $2 a month support. This has no benefits. This is simply just to support my channel and support my work. So, there's nothing that really needs to be said about that. There's no attached benefits. You still get the role on my Discord server that you're a patron. But yeah, there's no real benefits to it. The next one is the $5 tier. This tier gives you access to the monthly or 2 monthly Patreon files that I'm going to do, along with a custom color on my Discord server. And this can be whatever you want it to be. Just give me the hex code, DM it to me, and DM me your Patreon so I know, because I haven't connected Patreon to Discord. I don't know why, but Patreon won't talk to my Discord. I'm really confused as to why. I'm trying to get that fixed. But yeah, in regards to custom colors, yeah, for now just message me about it and just show me a Patreon so I know. The next one is Platinum. This will give you early access to my files 1 week prior to the time they are uploaded. Now, you won't see a file today. There is a file today. It's uploaded on Patreon. It'll be on Patreon the same time this file goes out. But yeah, that gives you previous benefits along with 1 week early access to all of my MP3s that I upload onto YouTube. The next one is the $15 tier, which along with everything else gives you a custom file. The next one is the $50 tier, which also gives you a private session, although I can also do that if you're in the $15 tier and you want a session rather than a file. I'm also happy to do that, depending on depending on my availability at the time. I'll either be able to record something for you, or I can do a session with you. Yeah. There's not really much else to add to that in terms of Patreon. One thing I did forget to mention was the schedule of YouTube. Now, as I said, there's a file every week. There'll be, same time, every week, there'll be a new file. 1 week prior, it'll go to Patreon. And this Patreon will not include special event files. So my Christmas file, that didn't go to Patreon a week early. If I do anything themed relating to a holiday, that won't go to Patreon early. That'll be uploaded to YouTube specifically at the time of that holiday, because there's no point in uploading something themed. So for Christmas and Halloween, for example, I'm not going to upload it a week before Halloween or a week before Christmas, because that would be stupid. But yeah, all of my files, aside from special event files, will go to Patreon 1 week early. Now, if you have any suggestions or recommendations of certain files you want to see, as I said, you are more than welcome to email me or comment or message me on Discord if you have me on Discord, or you find me on Discord. Let me know, and I will happily do something and record something within that theme. But for now, that is all I need to discuss. Thank you for listening.